Alright, so today we're going to discuss a powerful CARRS practice technique known as blind review. This strategy can make a huge difference in your preparation and help you approach questions more critically and confidently. We're going to walk through why this method works, how to implement it step by step, and what benefits you can expect from incorporating it into your MCAT study routine. Let's begin with the fundamentals. When answering CARRS questions, there are two main ways to find the correct answer. First, you recognize the correct answer immediately, or second, you eliminate the other three choices, and the remaining one becomes the answer by default. Ideally, you should be doing both in parallel, confirming your answer choice while systematically eliminating the others. This approach helps to prevent overconfidence, which is exactly what the AAMC test writers want to exploit. They are masters at crafting plausible but incorrect answers, hoping you'll jump at the first one that looks right. Even if you're already confident about an answer, it's crucial to take a disciplined approach to eliminate the other options. It saves you from learning the hard way that your initial choice was just an illusion. This approach isn't only helpful when you're sure about an answer, but also when you're unsure and dealing with the subtler, more difficult questions. In those cases, it's important to trust the odds and keep moving rather than obsessing over one question. Now, imagine you had unlimited time to answer each question. What would change? Well, you'd have more time to fully engage with the passage, analyze each answer choice from different angles, and think things through deeply. That's where blind review comes in. It's a practice technique that gives you the chance to slow down and perfect your approach to each question. It's like learning to play a difficult piece of music. You start by practicing slowly and accurately, then gradually speed up. Blind review, the basics. Blind review starts with a timed practice session, just like you normally would. But here's the key difference. Once you're done, don't check your answers right away. Resist the temptation to see which questions you got right and wrong. Instead, take a step back and analyze each question more thoroughly. When you do eventually score the session, you'll still have the original timed score, but you'll also have a new score that reflects your performance after taking extra time to think through each question. The goal is to identify and correct flaws in your thought process while developing a deeper understanding of why certain answers are right and others are wrong. Let's break down the blind review method step by step. Step 1. Complete the test. Start with your usual timed practice test or set of CARRS questions. Make sure to turn off the review answer option if you're using the AAMC's CARRS resources, so you won't be tempted to check the answers immediately. If you're taking a full-length practice test, you might need to set up extra time using the accommodation settings, but be strict about stopping when the allotted time is up. Step 2. Identify uncertain questions. Once you're done, go through the test again, but this time don't look at the answers. Instead, make a list of every question you felt even slightly uncertain about. If there's a chance you may have gotten it wrong, write the question number down. Be honest with yourself about this step. It's easy to skip over questions that felt okay, but weren't really a sure thing. Step 3. Deep dive analysis. Now, go back through the questions without worrying about the time. Revisit the passage to gain a clearer understanding of the author's argument. Take your time analyzing each question and make notes on what you initially missed or misunderstood. For example, you might note, "I didn't notice the author was actually criticizing this point of view," or "the causal connection in my original choice was too strong." This analysis will help you pinpoint exactly where your reasoning went astray. Step 4. Score your original answers. After you've completed your deep analysis, score your original answers to see how you performed under timed conditions. This score will still give you the diagnostic value you'd normally get from a timed practice session. But now you also have a second score that reflects your revised answers based on the thorough review. Step 5. Compare your two scores. When you compare your timed score with your blind review score, you'll notice several categories of responses. Questions you changed and got correct. These indicate improvement. Pay close attention to what changed in your reasoning so you can apply this new understanding in future timed sessions. Questions you changed and got incorrect. Try to understand what drew you away from the correct answer. Was there a bias against your original intuition because you were second-guessing yourself? If neither the original nor the changed answer was correct, it's crucial to dig deeper and figure out why the question tricked you. Questions you didn't change and got correct. These are great. It shows that you trusted your instincts. However, make sure you still understand why the other answer choices were wrong. questions you didn't change and missed. These are important because they show where you still need to grasp certain concepts or question types more effectively. Take a closer look at these and identify any patterns that could help you improve. Questions you didn't mark but missed. These questions are the trickiest because you didn't even realize you were uncertain about them. Start a collection of these types of questions for future review and add to it with every blind review session. Why blind review works. The reason blind review is so effective is that it helps you practice thinking critically without the pressure of the clock. It's like training your brain to develop a deeper understanding of the questions and answers, which will naturally carry over to timed practice. By going through this process, you're not just learning what you did wrong, but also how to think through each question more thoroughly. Over time, your ability to analyze CARRS questions will improve, and your performance will start to converge with your untimed blind review scores. The power of elimination. Even when practicing blind review, it's essential to get into the habit of eliminating answer choices systematically. This is a crucial skill for CARRS success, as it helps you not only identify the correct answer, but also avoid falling into traps set by the AAMC test writers. This process of elimination should become second nature so that even during a real exam, you can quickly rule out distractors and narrow down your choices. Applying blind review to full-length tests. If you're using this technique for a full-length practice test, be sure to make use of the AAMC's resources to track your progress. The AAMC Prep Hub will provide valuable data on timing and performance. Blind review is especially helpful when you're struggling with certain passages or question types. Use it to identify patterns in your mistakes and make targeted improvements. Takeaways. To wrap up, the blind review technique is a game changer when it comes to mastering CARRS. It allows you to practice at a deeper level, honing your skills in recognizing correct answers and systematically eliminating incorrect ones. This method builds mental discipline and reinforces the critical thinking needed to excel in the CARRS section. If you're preparing for the MCAT, don't just rely on standard timed practice. Incorporate blind review into your routine and watch your scores improve over time. For more tips and resources, download the King of the Curve app or visit kingofthecurve.org. We offer over 200 free CARRS passages, so you'll have plenty of material to practice this technique. Let's get you to the score you're aiming for.